I used to be an asshole. All right, my entire mid-20s was centered around one thing, and that was political activism. Just kidding, I was getting laid. Hooking up, finding strange, whatever you call it, you know what I mean, right? But I did not drink to get drunk. I didn't understand those people, okay? My life was not that bad at the time, okay? Alcohol was just another weapon in my arsenal. Just same as shitty club music and Tag body spray. And every weekend was a battle in the war against celibacy. Okay, but I was not out there alone, and I did not approach this mission frivolously. No. I had an elite battalion of men I was a part of, and we attacked this with military precision. Okay, if one person had the chance to hook up, the rest would rally around him to ensure his success. Gave us hope. And that is where I earned my title as the greatest wingman in Baltimore Metropolitan area. Okay, but before we continue, let me explain to you exactly some terms. Okay, wingman you probably heard of. That is the person or persons who are trying to rally around the belly gunner and get the belly gunner to his target. Okay, belly gunner in this case being the guy with the big gun, aiming at his target. So, and in this case, the target being the girl at the bar that we're trying to trick and going home with the belly gunner. There's one last person in this equation. That would be the duff, or the designated ugly fat friend. I didn't come up with the term. Okay, I told you all I used to be an asshole. So, put on your helmets, buckle your chin straps. Here we go. Okay, so an adept wingman will talk to this duff long enough for the belly gunner to try to trick the target into going home with him, okay? And a particularly adept wingman, this act is also called diving on the grenade for reasons I feel like I don't need to explain. Particularly adept wingman will do this for long enough for that to happen. So, I basically, for my entire mid-20s, ran wing for my Brad Pitt lookalike roommate. And Brian, and I don't need to change his name. Everybody knows this, okay? He was a big shark swimming along, getting all the big fish, and I was just swimming underneath him, picking up the chum. So, thanks, that's not a joke, actually. That's what happened. So one day we get into the bar, and I actually realized that I had the opportunity to be the belly gunner. We got in there, there was a girl in a really, really nice body, a short black dress, and she had bleached blonde hair, which not only made her look beautiful, but also a little slutty and insecure, which is my type. So anyway, I'm like, okay, but I figured that's Brian's. Okay, I start looking around the room for the chum. And but then she comes up to me and starts talking to me. Says, did anybody ever tell you look like Drew Brees? No, because I don't. But hey, A, she's talking to me, and two, Drew Brees, it's not exactly the NFL's heartthrob, but he's a professional football quarterback. I'll take it, and unsolicited at that. She's talking to me, and now she's talking to me about fantasy football. She thinks it's cute that I have a cat and I'm wearing her collar as a bracelet until her surgery's over. And, she's heard of Warcraft. Like, I am in. I don't know how, but I'm in without having done anything. This is awesome, okay? And I shoot a look at Brian, and he's over there talking to the duff, diving on the grenade like the great wingman I've been for him so many times before. So, after about an hour of chatting and whatnot, find out that she's, just graduated from college. She does something with computers. I don't know. I was drunk at the time, which makes it easier to talk to women, but harder to concentrate on the boring shit they have to say. So I told you I used to be an asshole. Really, I'm a nice person now. You can ask like 3 of the people up here. Anyway, so about an hour later, Brian convinces the duff to drive the 4 of us back to our apartment. So we get back to the apartment. And Brian goes up the stairs with her and shoots me a look that's equal parts, hey, go get him, and we're even. Okay, this is. And so I start to try to go to work, but now since crossing the threshold of our door, something seems to have changed in her. Something visceral, like this is. So I try to start talking, like, will you please stop talking about fantasy football? I'm like, geez, okay. Sorry, not my fault. You wasted your first-round draft pick on a quarterback, but hey. So, and then she tells me she doesn't feel well. She just wants to lie down here. And I said, okay. we can do this down here. But she didn't lie down in like a sexy way. It was kind of like a get away from me way. And but that was not going to deter me, okay? Because I'm a professional and I may misread signals. So I decided to try to go to work, and I start to try to do this thing where you put your hand on their waist and you pretend you're asleep, and then you just slowly creep your fingers down. You can peek a little bit, and then once you get down to the waistband, and then she shifted a violent bodily shift, and 10 minutes worth of work is down the drain at this point. Oh crap! I'm getting a sense this isn't going to happen. So I start to go through my system of checkdowns. Like I go to the dry humping, right? And she just shifted. That wasn't going to happen. So I'm like, okay, well, at least let me smell your hair while I touch myself. Nothing happened, okay? So I did what I do every night, which is nothing. And but that didn't make the following morning any less awkward. The following morning, we get up again. Hi, how you doing? You start to try to talk to her. Like, listen, I don't really like Warcraft. Can you please stop talking about? I'm like, geez, what has happened? What has happened, really? So the Duff comes downstairs, picks up whatever this girl's name was, and heads out. And Brian comes down about a minute later for the debrief. Like, so, Ace, did you hit that? Like, no, man, I got shot down. I don't know what happened. It's like, really? Like, she seemed into you. Did you kiss her? I'm like, well, I tried to take her shirt off. I don't. What? No, I think I kissed her. I don't know. I can't account for every minute of what I did. Okay, well, did you try the hand creep? Like, of course I tried the hand creep. Okay, well, what happened? What is at the bar? Okay, let's take us back. Okay, well, she came up to me and started talking to me about fantasy football and Warcraft. Really? Dude, you're not getting this? See, now, because of my inebriated delusions of self-worth, it wasn't until that morning that I realized that I was the Duff. I know. See, I thought I was the belly gunner and she was the target. She was the wingman and I was the grenade she was diving on. Wow, this girl deserves a Medal of Honor, okay? Because I'll tell you, I learned some things. And that's that, well, first of all, I may be an asshole, and I assume that a lot of you think that right now, based on your silence, but maybe I'm just letting you behind the curtain like a Penn and Teller of hooking up, whatever, but I'm certainly no more of an asshole than those two con artists, okay? And also, when battle lines are drawn, I mean, the other side, women, they're people too. They have their own feelings and heartbeats and agendas, and, some of them make for some damn good soldiers, let me tell you. Thank you.